one of the wildest things I heard this week was that Bruno deserves a statue at Manchester United. Man, I was like, whoa, what's going on? Like, what's going on? That was one of the wildest things. I mean, Bruno is having a wonderful season right now. I mean, I think he's on track. Possibly, I think we talked about this on the last episode where he could potentially break or at least tie the season assist record, which is I think 20 by Thierry Henry and KDB.
Saka.
Uh,
That should have been
what?
that
This
should
guy
have
is such an Arsenal guy. I know what you're referring to. But what do you guys think? How do you guys look at Bruno's time at Manchester United so far?
so, you want to go ahead? To be honest, like Bruno is a brilliant player, right? But I'm not going to go on a tandem before. I mean, they already call me the national hater when it comes to Manchester United. Like I said, he's a brilliant player and all like that. But then again, I think when when fans will always be fans. We're always going to be biased, right? But when you hear those kind of like comments being made, I just want to look at it like it just tells me you're making those statements based on where you see your club is right now, right? For a club like Manchester United, especially, when you look at the players they've had that have
Mm-hmm.
influenced or we've called some of the greats in this league, we haven't really heard the same statement made to any of those guys, right? And you're hearing those statements when it has to do with Bruno. You're talking about a statue. Like if you give Bruno a statue in front of Old Trafford, and people ask you what did he do for Manchester United, what is your comeback with that? Like, what literally do you have to say that he has done for this same Manchester United that a lot of people do regard as one of the biggest clubs in the world, especially in England, right? So again, brilliant midfielder. He has some good numbers that are going for him, but I don't think he's anywhere close to anything that has to do with statues in Manchester United. So yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
But yeah, bro, I feel the same way, man. I was like, listen, if someone at Tottenham tells me that Son gets a statue, I'll say, okay, I understand
I
that, right?
understand. Yeah.
There's context behind
Yeah.
that. United growing up has always been that team for a lot of us where they've been the mark of excellence until
Mhm.
I guess City came around.
Yeah.
And we've all seen winning United teams. And so when you tell me that Bruno, who hasn't lifted the Premier League for United, given the history of winners, serial winners, people that have all kinds of records. You're talking about the Rooneys, you're talking about the Ryan Giggs in terms of appearances and things like that. They don't have those statues. And you're telling me Bruno is the guy that gets it? I was like, okay, we're going over the top, guys. I think Bruno is a guy I actually really like in terms of what he brings to the table, how he plays the game, but I think some of that, the overestimating of his abilities in relation to some of the other guys we've seen. I've seen comparisons to the Ozils, I've seen comparisons to KDB, I've seen comparisons to like the Fabregases
Ozil.
of all of this life. Oh, you've not been on Twitter?
I haven't seen the Ozil. Did he actually?
Bro,
Oh, he
you
actually put me in
go
the same conversation with
go
Ozil.
and search Twitter and see like literally some people are having those arguments about Bruno is Bruno versus Ozil, right? And I think sometimes you can look at Ozil's time in Arsenal as a microcosm of his entire career and think that that was all Ozil was about. Like you're talking about what is it, a World Cup winner with Germany? Right, a Champions League winner, like with Real Madrid. Like, forget if you want to be disrespectful to Arsenal, oh, that's fine. Like, I can live with that. But also, his
Ozil.
career is goated, bro. Yo, just go and search on Twitter, bro.
That's I've seen the KDBs and the rest, but Ozil, bro, come on, what?
Yeah, Ozil's
Yeah.
quality.